Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be reacting to some videos. So you might know a channel called Prince EA. I've heard he's a professional speaker and rapper. If you go on his channel, it says Prince EA, inspiration, creativity, and music. So he's like a professional speaker too. So we're gonna react to a few videos. So we're gonna be watching a video, student versus teacher.
Your son is a failure. He's barely passing my class, and with grades like this, I'm just not sure what kind of future he's gonna have.
When I get F's in math, I failed math the whole entire year. But I don't think I'm going to summer school, which is good. And guys, in the summer, expect some bangers. I'm pre-recording this for no reason at all. This video will go out on Saturday. So when you're watching this, I'm already on summer break. So I'm posting a video Thursday. You probably already saw it. So yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself? You're supposed to graduate this year.
Listen to Mr. Johnson. What kind of future do you think you're going to have?
With all due respect, don't call me a failure. Failure is an event, not a person in fact. And you talk about the future, Mr. Johnson.
I get where Prince EA is coming from. Failure is an event, not a person.
But you're not preparing us for that.
Excuse me?
Just listen to what I'm saying.
This should be good.
Would you agree that in the future, most careers will become automated?
Yeah, so?
So the people who succeed will have to be curious, innovative, with resilience to adapt to new changes.
What's your point?
My point is, the focus in this school is not on that. It is on regurgitating information and test taking, and that's just real. But in today's world, creativity is the most important leadership skill.
Yeah, creativity, I agree. It's the most important leadership skill. And today I was creative at school. I drew an anime Thanos. Yep, I drew an anime Thanos and Thanos taking a bath. Yep, I drew that at school today. I'm an artist.
Oh, that's how you feel.
You don't have to believe me, but maybe you will believe the 1,500 executives who recently said creativity is the most important leadership skill. See, pretty soon, no one will be hired because of what they know.
And I think in my opinion, at schools, I think they're basically killing creativity. Because literally all school is just work.
Who cares what you know or if you've memorized a fact? We've got Google and Siri for that. In the future, people will be hired because of what they can do with their knowledge. Can they creatively solve real-world problems, not just follow instructions or directions and bubbly and multiple choice questions?
It seems like schoolwork is for nothing. Like, I know you use it. I know, quote unquote, you use math every day in your life. But I don't know.
So, Mom, that's why I'm stressed, because These robotic tasks we learn in school should stop. Because no one can do a robot.
Like, if you have like a test in school, a student could be really stressed about it. So yeah.
Robot's job better than a robot. Billionaire founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, said that we should not compete with artificial intelligence, but instead focus on developing unique human intelligence. Mr. Johnson, drills are for teeth, not the human mind. So these repetitive knowledge-based tasks we must leave behind. Or in the future, you're gonna find a lot of people graduating out of your class right into the unemployment line. See, many top companies today don't look at grades. Mom, that old way is expiring. Google has been quoted as saying GPAs are worthless criteria for hiring. Founder of Tesla, Elon Musk, agrees.
Wow, Elon Musk agrees. The host of Meme Review. And Prince EA is coming to some facts.
I say this with unease and sorrow. If you continue to teach today as you taught yesterday, then you rob us students of tomorrow. Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Sometimes sitting in your class is tough. I'm constantly thinking, if I don't look up at the clock, maybe it'll speed up. So I listen to you do my work and pay attention, feeling like an hour had to have gone by, but it was only 3 minutes.
Literally, that happened to me in school today. I was doing some math. I was really bored. And I felt like it was like 15 minutes. It was 5 minutes. I thought it was like 20 minutes that gone by, but it was like 3 or 5 minutes or 6, 7. Not a lot of time.
So if you wonder why we're bored in class, look, you want to get a kid to hate reading? Give them this, a school textbook. And some people think it's our fault.
Just hand a student like a gift. It's like wrapped in a wrapping paper. Open it, bam, textbook. Get reading. Yeah, that. Like if you hand them just a textbook for like homework or something, you're asking for them to hate reading. In my class, I like reading and social studies, but I hate math and science. And if you ask me, do I hate math or science more? 100% math. I don't even. 1 + 1 = 3.
And that hurts me. They say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And to that I say no. Firstly, you can put salt in that horse's hay and make him thirsty. And if you bring joy in your classroom, you can make any bad student nerdy. As he or she discovers the beauty of truly learning. Mr. Johnson, I mean no disrespect. You have the most important job on this planet. You build, create, and save lives. But if you really care about my future, like you say, then you have to fully commit and ask yourself honestly, how do I prepare a child for a future that doesn't yet exist? Here's a hint. The answer is not found in this. It's using this and this. See, in the future, we will need more passion and compassion. People with inspired hearts and wisdom to uplift this planet. And Mom, I love you, but can I be real?
Go ahead.
You want to know one of the biggest factors for childhood success? It's not IQ. It's family meals.
What? What? What you talking about, man? Man, I'm out. So, hold on, let me just skip back. I forgot what he said.
Love you, but can I be real?
Go ahead.
You want to know one of the biggest factors for childhood success? It's not IQ.
The biggest factor for childhood success was family meals. You learn something new every day, boys. We just learned that. So you're saying if I eat a family meal every night, then I'll be successful? I'm gonna tell my dad that, and we're gonna start having family meals, and I'm just at the table watching it, just watching just like PewDiePie.
Q, it's family meals. And we haven't had one of those in a while. See, I know sometimes you don't feel proud, because I may not be a straight A student, but I'm not stupid. These tests may be 70% of my grade, but they're 0% of my future. But don't worry, I'll pass this class and get through this. But I need you.
Alright. I forgot what he said again.
These tests may be 70% of my grade, but they're 0% of my future. But don't worry.
Then why do you have to, like, if it's 0% of your future, then why do you have to be, like, good at math and science and stuff to be, like, a scientist or something?
I'll pass this class and get through this. But I need you to give me the space I need to be me and live true. Because the best feeling in the world is that your own parents get you. There's a passage in a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And if you don't mind, I'd love to share it with you.
Go ahead.
See, he says, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they do not belong to you.
How do they not belong to us? Our mothers give birth to us. So how? Are they not belong? How?
You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. So, Mom, I'd appreciate it if you give me the love that I need to pursue my dreams. See, if we are to succeed, all three of us need behavior change on all fronts. We talk about the future, but the future is now, and it is created now by all of us.
Yep, that's true. The future is now. Right now, when you're seeing this video, I recorded it in the past. I don't know if that has to do anything with it, but okay. I was going to react to another video. It's called What is School For? It was posted 8 months. It was posted 8 months ago. It's called Before You Go to School, Watch This. What is school for?
What is school for?
I don't even know.
Feel free to call me slow, but I spent 16 years going to school, and I still don't know. When I finished, I didn't know how to do my own taxes, purchase a home, or apply for a loan. I didn't know a thing about investments, building credit, or getting a job. I graduated at the top of my class, and what did I have? This fancy diploma to sit at home with my mom. But luckily, they did teach me some important.
What you watching?
YouTube videos and recording a YouTube video?
Hey, run upstairs, grab me a basket real fast.
Okay.
I just pulled out like entire blankets out of the couch cushions over there. Them 2 blue ones. And them other blankets. Get them. You need to get them off the floor. Here, put them clothes in there, and then put them on the kitchen table. Okay.
Okay.
Favor and get all this stuff off the bed, okay?
Okay.
Like this sweatshirt, washing clothes, anything that's dirty, you can probably hang that back up. It's probably really dirty. But hey, there's a plastic trash can outside in the driveway. If you put it back in the laundry room in the trash can, it's over by the basketball goal. Set it back in the trash can.
freaking got to put this on. Finally freaking back. Sorry if I killed you out of boredom. Yeah, usually when you like graduate school, you never know how to like do stuff, like buy a home and crap.
Skills like factoring trinomials and how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I'm so happy I remember the Pythagorean theorem, because it helped me a lot. Okay, I'm lying. Let me stop. Because all the stuff they taught me, truthfully, I forgot.
Usually when people are like done with school, they just forget everything they learned. Pretend you never heard that.
Mom, remember when you would ask me, what did you learn in school today? And I would say, nothing much. I wasn't being modest. The truth about it, Mom, is I had already forgotten. And it's not just me. Millions of students sing the same song. How many of you guys avoid eye contact with the teacher to try not to get caught upon? Afraid to raise your hand for fear of being wrong, which proves that school isn't an environment for learning or building up the intellect. It's just a game you play for grades and how many A's you can collect. But I guess what do you expect when the most commonly asked question in class is this gonna be on the test? Is this gonna be on the test? See, if school put learning instead of testing and memorizing as the top standard, then the letter F would not stand for failure. It would stand for find another answer.
Wow, and I just freaking clicked off the video and I didn't freaking mean to. Wow.
And if school was really interested in our personal and academics, then the letter...
But yeah. Just find another answer. If you say 1 + 1 is 3, find another answer.
F would not stand for failure. It would stand for find another answer. And if school was really interested in our personal and academic success, students would wake up later, have more freedom and homework, a lot less. And that's not my opinion. This conclusion has been scientifically tested and proven. And any teacher that doesn't believe me, feel free to check my works cited page to inspect. Oh, and I did it in MLA format because I know that's all you will accept.
Yeah, it has been scientifically proven. I have not seen the proof, but it probably is.
See, students would get more benefit from an extra hour of sleep than putting them through the torture of an extra essay, reading 150 pages, doing problems 1 through 60 on the worksheet, and having 3 projects due by the end of the week. Not only is it pointless pain, but it's also dim-witted, because we get so much work, but they don't teach the time management skills to deal with it. See, in school, we are controlled by bells. We have to learn in rooms with the feng shui of a prison cell. We have to ask permission to relieve bodily functions, but not before the teacher asks a million questions like, why didn't you go before class? I'm sorry, my bladder is kind of on its own schedule and it's not always timely. See, teachers always say, use your time wisely. But that never made sense to me. Because these 6 cruel hours of our lives, it's not always timely. See, teachers always say, use your time wisely. But that never made sense to me. Because these 6 cruel hours of our lives...
What if school actually stands for that? It probably actually does, but no one knows. I guess school stands for 6 cruel hours of our lives.
we call school might literally be the worst use of time management ever in history. Think about it.
It's literally the worst time ever.
If the traditional teaching method is foolish, no, it's useless, multiplied by the square root of stupid. What they do is they cram information in your head, force feeding you, and then you throw it up on the test. That's not education. That's bulimia. And the more bulimic you are, the better you will do on that.
Then what does education mean if it's bulimia?
Assessment, so it's no wonder why so many students graduate mentally and emotionally anorexic. See, school teaches you how to memorize dots. True education should teach you how to connect them. True education teaches you how to catch a fish. School teaches you, yeah, you caught the fish, but you didn't show your work, so it doesn't count. Throw it back.
You know, like when you have tests at school and it says like Bobby had 1 apple and John had 1 apple, how many apples that have, and all show your work. The show your work part is just stupid. Like, even if you put 2 as the correct answer and it's correct, they mark it wrong because you didn't show your work. It's literally the right freaking answer. It's so stupid. They just mark it wrong because you didn't show your work. Like, if you said 1 + 1 = 2, that's right. But it says show your work, and you didn't show your work. Basically, you got it wrong, which is just dumb. Stupid.
I'm just asking, what is school for? It's not education. That's just not true. If you still think that, you might be sniffing glue. See, the word education comes from the Latin root educe, meaning bring out, i.e. bring the gifts out of a person and make them viable. But school doesn't bring out much. It just stuffs more facts inside of you. Now, some of that stuff is justifiable. We need reading, writing, and some arithmetic. That's fair. But are you telling me metamorphic and igneous rocks are more important than self-care? If suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death of ages 10 to 24, and Harvard studies suggest the biggest predictor for success is self-control and emotional health, then why the heck aren't we taught how to handle stress, bullies, or rejection? How about anxiety or depression? You know, skills we need for our entire lives. Bro, I don't even know how to cook. I'm honestly surprised I'm still alive. But hey, at least I can name all the battles that happened in the Civil War. Seriously, what is school for? Some say you need it to be successful, and that's something we do not doubt. But do you own a MacBook or iPhone? Did you know they both were created by a dropout? Are you watching this video on Facebook or YouTube? Doesn't matter which you choose, they both were created by dropouts. Ever use Snapchat, WhatsApp, shopped at Whole Foods? Well, thank a dropout. Does your home furniture come from IKEA? Okay, don't get the wrong idea. He was not a dropout. Don't be a fool. I mean, how could he drop out? Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, never even went to school. I know what you're thinking. He's just picking and choosing. There's millions who didn't go to school that aren't successful. Who is he fooling? And you're right. But open your history books and start perusing. You'll find the very people we idolize in school never really had formal and/or secondary schooling. I'm talking George.
Dang, I had no idea that Facebook and YouTube were created by dropouts.
George Washington, Abe Lincoln, America's best presidents had zero school between them. Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison, shall I proceed? Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, Teddy Roosevelt, Margaret Mead. Now please, I'm not saying drop out, because some schools are great and many teachers are rare treasures. I'm saying that there's a difference between people who are smart and people who score better. I'm saying that your future is something that no test will ever measure. Even if that test begins in 3 letters like SAT, ACT, is BS if they say those determine your LIFE. No, your destiny is in your hands. You must shape it to be great. So don't expect school to open doors, because it's more likely to slam them in your face. Sometimes I wonder about all the dreams lost in school and how much potential
I didn't mean to click off the freaking video.
goes to waste. If it wasn't for music and YouTube, then I would have been just another lost case. Everybody watching this, please, close your eyes. Imagine a child sitting in the back of some teacher's class in some town. He never raises his hand, he fails most of his classes, but inside of him, there is a passion. And if nurtured and brought out, will lead him to discover the cure for cancer. But you see, I'm afraid that that child's gift will never come out. He will never win the Nobel Prize award because in class he was ignored and his worth was judged only by his scores. So teachers, principals, parents, advisors, and students, I ask one more time.
What
What
is
is school for?
Dang. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And we're gonna watch one last video. It's called I Sued the School System.
Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius.
Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will then it will go on its life thinking it is stupid.
But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-mile run. Tell me, school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turning millions of people into robots, do you find that?
That boy is just smiling. That boy's just smiling.
Fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish? Swimming upstream in class, never finding their gifts, thinking they are stupid, believing they are useless? Well, the time has come, no more excuses. I call school to the stand and accuse him of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. He's an ancient...
Yeah, if you're trying to draw a picture in like math class, the teacher would be like, throw it away. It's like, it's just killing creativity.
institution that has outlived his usage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement, and if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern-day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years
Alright.
ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today, and here's a
There's a Lambo,
car from
the car from 150 years ago.
150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today, and here's a class we used 150 years ago.
Yo. 150 years. It has been 150 years, and school classrooms have not changed at all. Literally just they literally teach the exact same. Just go up to a board, and you're teaching social studies, and you're teaching them about the Civil War. Then you're in math class, learning multiplication. It's literally the same method of teaching that social studies did.
ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you
Yep.
claim to prepare students for the future?
But it looks like school is just preparing them for the past. Just look at that freaking evidence. This boy got evidence.
But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future
With
or the
past.
past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students in...
Yeah,
How's them granola bars?
good.
Cool. I was gonna tell you that you should try them. I made sure these ones don't have peanuts in it.
Okay.
Straight rows, nice and neat. Tell them sit still, raise your hand if you want to speak. Give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day, tell them what to think. Oh, and make them compete to get an A. A letter which determines...
You shouldn't have to compete to get an A. You shouldn't have to compete to get any grade.
It's product quality, hence grade A of meat. I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I myself am no Gandhi. But today, we don't need to make robot zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovatively, critically, independently, with the ability to connect. See, every scientist will tell you that no two brains are the same. And every parent with 2 or more children will confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving them this one-size-fits-all crap.
Watch your legs.
Sorry, Your Honor, but if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, the results will be tragic. So many people would get sick, yet when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens, this educational malpractice.
Yeah, it seems like that's literally... Just teach the same method over and over and over.
Where one teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way? That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant should not be acquitted. This may be one of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And let's mention the way you treat your employees.
Objection overruled. I want to hear this.
It's a shame. I mean, teachers have the most important job on the planet, yet they're underpaid? No wonder so many students are short-changed. Let's be honest. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors, because a doctor can do heart surgery and save the life of a kid, but a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live. See, teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. They work in a system without many options or rights. Curriculums are created by policymakers, most of which have never taught a day in their life. Just obsessed with standardized tests. They think bubbling in a multiple choice question will determine success. That's outlandish. In fact, these tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned, but don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, "These tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade and change and do away with school spirit, because that's useless. Unless we're working to bring the spirit out of each and every student, that should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things. They have shorter school days. Teachers make a decent wage. Homework is non-existent, and they focus on collaboration instead of competition. But here's the kicker, boys and girls. Their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. Other places like Singapore are succeeding rapidly. Schools like Montessori, programs like Khan Academy, there is no single solution. But let's get moving, because while students may be 20% of our population, they are 100% of our future. So let's attend to their dreams, and there's no telling what we can achieve. This is a world in which I believe. A world where fish are no longer forced to climb trees. I'll rest my case.
If all those facts were true. You know, that's it for this video, boys. Let's smash 2 likes and let's smash 2 likes and I'll upload another video. Bye.